sure it keeps working, I guess.
How's the new chair?
New chair is so good.
Breaking news.
Comfy as shit. Thanks, Shane, for getting me a nice chair.
We got allowed to get two chairs
Appreciate
like
you.
that over here.
I know, my back is already dying.
Ladies, gentlemen, other beings, welcome back to Yank Talk. We're trying a new camera angle. I just had to have I finally figured out how to get all three of us in the frame. I just had to have the audacity to put a tripod on a table behind a computer.
Had to get your face
This
on the
is
screen.
the most professional we can be.
Yeah, boy. Because listening to me talk while these dudes listen to me talk is the worst, and I cannot be trusted to switch between cameras while talking.
There we go. Let's
historically,
not sabotage ourselves.
Just doesn't work that way. It's not a thing. But yeah, we're here for Yang Talk. You cannot come for the shop vibe. The shop vibe comes for you.
Whether you like it or not,
How y'all
we're
doing?
in your feed. It's October 7th, 2020. Getting down there at the end of this year, finally.
Somehow
day
we're
of
still
life.
alive.
And for all of the fans of the specific deck that I play, I have great news. Dance of the Mance is alive and well in the year of our Lord 2020.
Magic Arena will never let the Mance die.
Still out here getting it. It's going to be here until Throne rotates. That's pretty much
Unless they
where I'm at.
reprint it in a Corso.
Oh my god, if they reprinted Dance of the Mance in M22, that would be the best.
You heard it here first.
Speaking of Arena, we're still doing Friday tournaments.
Yes,
You
sir.
come play some F&M, get yourself some codes.
Yep.
You can play in our tournament, or if you're just doing the F&M at home, we have codes for you to get sleeves and things
Absolutely,
on Arena.
yeah.
We have tons of codes, so please don't be shy.
Hit us up.
Yeah, we're doing Historic this week, but by the time this goes out, people will probably have
Probably be
missed it.
standard by the time you see this. We do something different every week.
But sweet. So yeah, pay attention to our news
Yeah, it would
feeds
have been
on
professional to think of that
Facebook
ahead of
and-
time, but here we are.
Eh.
All right. Situation with our store being open for in-store play has not changed. So stand by to stand by.
Yep.
We encourage that you play tabletop games safely with your friends at home.
Speaking of playing games, would you like to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
do
Perhaps
it.
another module?
Look at that D20.
Do you have access?
Oh, yeah, never mind. I
That
thought we were
too.
doing a different
We
thing.
could do that, but Discord. We have a Discord server for the shop, and if you would like to host a game for the store, we will pay you.
Yes. Also,
yeah.
if you're looking to play a game, like if you're looking to play a D&D game online, if you don't got a D&D game going on right now, we are also looking for players. Like, seriously, come on out, play some D&D, hope these Dungeon Masters get paid. Yeah, I mean, what else are you doing? It's a pandemic. Come on
We'll
out.
put a
Only
link to
D&D
the-
or is it open to other things?
I mean, it's whatever. Whatever the Dungeon Master wants to run and whatever people are interested in
Yeah.
playing, but
This
D&D is
is-
probably the most accessible.
Yeah, this is the Endgames Tabletop League. You don't have to play D&D. You can play whatever RPG. I will still pay you. You play Blades in the Dark, I'll probably play in it because that game's dope.
What about the Miyazaki RPG?
Yes. Well, I probably won't play in that one because it's a 500-page book.
We have a PDF.
Check the description for our Discord link.
Yes.
We will have a link up for you guys. Come join us. We talk about all kinds of stuff. You can use it for whatever as long as you're being nice to folks.
The Muppet RPG.
Yeah, I think I also have that. And it's still pretty good.
Oh, gosh.
wanna
Is it
play
like
that.
Treasure Island? Can we just do the Muppet Treasure Island RPG?
Gotta get puppets.
Done. We have socks.
And we have...
We
We actually already have a pirate.
Yeah,
so
exactly. We already got the pirate.
Let me go to Michael's and get some googly eyes real quick.
Petey's coming back.
I think that's probably on the list of things I'm not allowed to have. Googly eyes,
No,
crap.
obviously you've never seen the Tumblr that's googly eyes on Magic cards.
The terms of my parole
It's
include...
pretty good.
It's an excellent Tumblr.
Can we talk about this Dr. Pepper and cream soda real quick? I haven't seen this before.
It's
Let me get a Tom's
delicious.
review real quick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Delicious.
the DD Peepus Cream Jeepus is very good.
Yes.
DD Peepus cream cheapest.
The DDP is cream cheapest.
All right.
That's what we call it around the shop.
Yeah, it is sinfully good.
Okay.
super good.
How about Voodoo?
Oh, the Voodoo?
Sinfully bad.
Voodoo?
This is called Skittles juice, and it tastes like Skittles.
And if you say it 3 times, it will appear in your mirror.
And then you have to drink it.
Mountain Dew hates him for this one neat trick. Infinite Dew.
I just...
Nobody wants it. It's the worst.
Somebody out there wants it.
That's true. Somebody out there
Mountain
loves
Dew
it.
has
I
a
think
weird
that Skittles
cult
has
following.
figured out how to finally monetize their Skittles sludge that is made as a byproduct of the Skittles making process. They just have vats of this stuff, and they just make.
Or maybe it was like an accounting error. Maybe like the decimal was wrong and they got too much Skittles powder.
Yeah, they just backed up. They have like, yo, I got 2 16-wheelers full of Skittles powder. What are we gonna do about
Is that
this?
dude who used to work at NASA when they messed up the metric and the Imperial units when they were trying to do that Mars rover and it exploded? Oh no, we got 20 extra tons of Skittles.
Whoops.
Well, we're gonna let you into heaven because you invented Silly Putty, but then you invented Skittles juice. So
Maybe Skittles made the drink and then was shopping it around. Like, hey, we got a new drink. It's based on Skittles. And Mountain Dew was like, all right, we'll buy it on the cheap because you've been shopping this around for a while, but we're not gonna call it Skittles.
Gonna call it that voodoo mystery flavor.
Sweet.
What do we
Yeah,
talk about?
that's let's talk about some movies.
All right.
Recently watched Enemy of the Gates because I believe Will watched
Yeah, I
it. And
watched-
we were talking and playing some games at night. And I remember somebody had been talking about it.
I watched
A
Enemy
Jude
of the
Law
Gates,
classic.
Enemy at the Gates as a sober adult for the first time.
That's the first time you'd seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't the first time I've seen it, but it's the
First
I've
time
seen
as a
it
sober adult.
as, like
Nice.
a grown up not watching the History Channel or whatever.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, it was a really well crafted, really well written movie. The metaphor of juxtaposing like competing hunters in the jungle of Stalingrad really worked. The class struggle elements, like the whole thing was really tight. Except for that mad weird sex scene.
Yeah, the sex in the dirt is weird. It was weird. They definitely spent a lot of time bashing socialism. You know, like the Russians just complained about being Marxist socialists the whole time.
You
It's
can't
like,
you can't make a movie in the 80s or 90s.
I know. It's like
about
this is purely
socialism.
America.
I think that
early
movie was made in
2000s?
2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, post 2001.
Still-
But
we're
even
still
then,
pretty
we were
jiggled
still,
still,
and we
like-
still are today. You just look what the common rhetoric is right now about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was really like every single Russian just kept complaining about being socialist or whatever. And then what's his face from Hellboy?
Yeah, dude.
What's
Ron
his name?
Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Perlman
Yeah, he spends
with
the
his
time.
grill.
Yeah, with his teeth.
No.
There was no sickle, but there sure was a hammer.
The accents in that movie are off the chain. None of them are Russian. They're
Yeah,
all
right.
different. They're like British dudes.
Yep,
Like,
yep,
it's- Ed Harris doesn't even try to have
No,
an accent.
why
and
would he?
shit.
Honestly, thank God.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
that would've been brutal.
if you've seen The Hunt for the Red October, you know it's sometimes better just to not let them do an accent.
Yeah.
Just talk normal.
Yeah, the movie's good. I watched it last night, actually, trying to go to sleep. Big mistake. 2 hours later, I'm like, this movie's all right. I thought I was going to fall asleep because I've seen it before, but
Got super invested in that hunter from the Urals, right?
yeah. And Hunter from the Urals, and then the Shepherd or whatever. I guess, I forget which one. The Andals was the other
I
guy?
think the other guy's from the Andals.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
I think that was Ed Harris's character, the German sniper. Yeah.
Oh, no, he was like an elite
He was a destructor.
landowner.
Yeah,
Sniper
but he was
instructor.
also he was like a hunter
Yeah.
from Germany, and the other guy was like a poor hunter from Russia. So it was like the class struggle plus the
Yeah.
actual war.
So good.
Anyway, so yeah, that movie's great. Go get it's on Netflix,
It is
I
on
believe.
Netflix. You can watch Enemy of the Gates right now.
Next on the block,
Oh yeah, thank
Gary
God.
Busey's Pet Judge.
Yeah, this is a gem I
So-
discovered at 2 a.m. on Amazon Prime.
I'm just learning about this.
I
Can you
hope
explain for the audience what Gary.
I hope
Busey's
Sam
Pet
Fogg
Judge
is watching this right now because I didn't tell him about it. I just hope he discovers it in our queue.
Oh man, you told me I have to get back on this Prime.
Yeah, it's a show where Gary Busey is a Judge Judy style judge arbitrating crime or cases about people's pets.
It is literally Judge Judy, and I don't know if Gary Busey knows if it's serious or not.
Yeah, I it's really hard to tell if he knows it's
That's
scripted
the
or not.
genius of it. It's like,
Yeah.
everybody else has got to be on it, but I'm not really sure about Busey.
Yeah. So I told Lauren when we were watching, I was like, I'm 9% certain Gary Busey thinks that this is not scripted, or this is scripted. Like, I'm 91%.
He thinks he's a judge now.
He thinks he's a judge.
They gave him a gavel and a
Yeah.
robe, and he was like, "Hell yeah! What am I presiding over? Pets? Makes sense."
What's the Jim Carrey movie where he doesn't know he's on a TV show?
The Truman Show, man. That movie hecked me up as a kid.
It's also the Truman Show in addition to being.
Except it's just real life. We just followed Gary Busey around with cameras.
Yeah, the best part is like the meme worthiness of the show. Like I just took 2 still pictures of random scenes and sent them to
That's what
Brian.
sold- that's
and
what
they were
sold me on it.
Like meme worthy. Just Gary Busey with a dog, and the subtitle is like,
Your Honor, it's just a dog.
See, Your Honor, it's just a dog. Which again, when you see the episode, is like way different than where you thought that could go.
You think you can
You think he's just
anticipate
like-
how silly it's going to be,
Yeah.
and then it's just worse.
Way.
It's better and worse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh man,
There's only 6 episodes. They're 20 minutes apiece or so. I'd say give it a shot. At least
it's
the
like
first
2
episode.
cases per episode. Yeah,
You don't really need to binge it or anything. Just give yourself a little joy.
it's good when you need a little pick me up. Yeah.
We could keep talking TV shows. We can go. Yeah, let's do that.
No, you want to talk about The Watchmen?
I don't know too much about it other than the first episode that I
Yeah,
watched.
well, what did you think of it? The Watchmen HBO show was very controversial when it came out.
I
So I'm
mean, it
interested to
seems
see what
like
you
it's
think
more
about it.
controversial now. I've only seen the first episode, so I don't know any of the plot beyond what they've obviously
Mm-hmm.
introduced with the police and the police covering their faces. So this, without spoiling too much, like in the whatever universe this is, it's in
Yeah.
like modern times, but the police have some law where
It's
they
a police anonymity law.
yeah, it's where they cover their faces at all times because people are having or
Too much
seeking
vigilante
retribution
justice,
the
against
police.
police officers.
Yeah, which is the Rorschach crew, which happen to be a bunch of white supremacists.
The 7th Cavalry.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny in 2020 because the police are not the good guys in this here. Like,
No.
people are popular opinion doesn't seem to.
Wait, the alt-right group in the Watchmen show is going after the cops?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
So like they're terrorist actions against police
It's almost like
or what caused them to do the police anonymity law. Like they do this like St. Valentine's
there
Day
ain't no thin
massacre.
blue line stickers on these man's cars.
That'd be dope. Sorry. Anyway.
No, I look. Tell me what you think it's gonna be like, because I look forward to revisiting this when you finished it.
I really don't know enough about the Watchmen, like the universe itself, to make a guess, because I only know like 3 characters.
Sure.
I knew 4.
Sure.
but something happened.
Well, and some of them will return in the show.
When did
Okay.
the Watchmen originally come out? Was it the 90s? The comic book?
Yeah, I guess sometime around then, either 90s or early 2000s.
Because that was like the OG, like original. What if superheroes bad, right? Like that's like
Yes.
the basis for the boys and
Yep.
the stuff that we
Yeah.
have now.
Speaking of the
like,
boys, that show's good too.
yeah.
I think there's even a Batman crossover where he goes to the Watchmen universe.
I mean, he fits right in there.
Yeah,
right?
it was one of the ones where they did where it was like the Batman different universe thing. So there's one where he's in the Watchmen universe and he's
like
like an arch villain.
Well, we like to joke on our Overwatch groups all the time about Batman is a straight jerk, man.
Yeah.
He won't kill you, but he will put you in medical debt for the rest of your lives.
You don't think Wayne Industries supplies medical equipment?
You were selling pot, huh? Hi-ya!
That's our favorite thing to do is be like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm in here because, Batman, my dad ended up having to deal because he got out of the army, didn't have anything else he could do. And then Batman broke his legs and he went into debt and I had to go to a foster home. And I got out and I couldn't do anything.
He's just perpetuating. He's a rich billionaire not trying to solve any of the problems in his city from the top down. Instead, just beating up random thugs on the street that aren't really even thugs. He's like,
Batman
it's just revenge porn. It's the Punisher over again.
If Batman instead just gave $100 to every criminal and was like, just stop doing crime, here's $100.
just stimulus check to this.
Yeah.
Like, come
How
on,
much
man.
am I gonna have to pay you to stop committing crime?
Let's see, educate and feed the poor, or Batmobile. I definitely need a jet car
and more kung fu classes.
and a plane. Yeah, like and
There's no tax credit on stimulus for criminals.
It's a write-off.
Yeah.
They're your employees.
But there is one for a jet, so.
What if I paid you for jet lessons? Jet lessons.
I had to write off $70,000 worth of fuel expenses.
Yeah.
That's actually probably
See?
pretty cheap.
Oh my God.
All right, Evil. That's a show you've been watching.
That's me.
Yeah.
So that's the new Netflix.
I don't watch
joint.
trashy Christian
It's
movies.
real bad. So it's a TV series. It's about. It's got Luke Cage in it. He's He's like not a priest, but he investigates demonic possessions for the church. And they have this psychologist profile like a lady, and there's like this mystery of like it's one of those shows. Is like, is it a demon or isn't it? Woo! But like, it sucks. It always sucks. These
Is it a
shows-
demon?
No. Well, I don't know yet. I stopped
Spoiler
watching. Stopped watching halfway through episode 2 because I was just like, it's too much. But yeah, thumbs down. Don't like.
Right,
Not
yeah,
worth
pass on the Evil. I'll take your word for that one. I don't know if we have to talk about Warrior Nun, but we can.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
Along the same lines as a little more interesting though.
You'll start establishing a pattern of Will's tastes.
Your boy.
We saw these independently. I watched Warrior Nun on my own without.
I'm just saying he's seen both of them.
Yeah, dude, I love me shows with weird Christian subtext. They're like low key propaganda for that entire
Yeah.
way of life.
I got one for
It's very
you.
interesting.
It's called Battlefield Earth.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
It's low key Christian
I
propaganda.
thought you were gonna say 24. And I was
No.
like, that's also the reason I watched that show. Anyway,
24?
yeah.
That popular
No, the one with
clock
Jim
countdown?
Carrey.
Oh yeah.
The scary one about the room and how everything was the number 24.
Bunch of like low key.
2 and
bunch
2
of,
together
like,
makes 4, and that with another
I
2
can't
makes
trust
24.
because you're always messing with me. Is this a real show?
Rewatch 24. There's a bunch of like low key conservative messaging in it. It's crazy.
That bomb
Bunch
would
of
have gone
high-key
off
conservative messaging.
if it wasn't for God's intervention.
It's totally okay for Jack Bauer to torture people. Whatever. Like,
I mean, that's America in general,
Yeah,
right?
but sometimes you got to torture people.
Maybe
Dun, dun,
maybe if
dun,
you have
dun.
directly confirmable intelligence,
Then why you're torturing them?
because you need a yes or no answer for confirmation.
But you already
or,
have
like,
the
a code.
intelligence.
Or like you have like a code or a cipher or something. Like if you have a puzzle that you need solved and the person has a piece of information, then torture becomes effective. The other use of torture is like a societal deterrent, which is like where you commonly see it in the dictatorships. This is like a side route of my study of
Yeah, but what
dictatorships
you're talking about
and
is now
Middle East
getting into crime deterrence. That's different.
I am schooling you on the proper use of torture for when we become warlords after society collapses.
I assumed it was any time we wanted to.
I assume that one of us is going to be the vizier for the other one. So.
Obviously, you're got to be the warlord.
I'm
I'm way more the man behind the
I
throne.
do got that warlord.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I can see you in a big robe of some sort.
Yeah,
walking
I
around in
look like
slippers
the
at
guy
palace.
from Lord of the Rings, the evil guy in Rohan. Yes.
I was thinking more Game of Thrones, the Spy Master,
I'm looking
Nah.
forward to.
Mr. Unit.
I got way more creepier vibe than that.
I look forward to your inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I need you.
Speaking of which, I actually exercised for the first time in like 7 years last night.
Why?
Just
Big
to see
mistake.
if I could.
Ugh.
I did 3 sets of 25 push-ups, and I held a handstand for 15 seconds.
Hell
Feels
yeah.
good. Also, my arms hurt really bad, and I don't know why.
Huh.
Exercising is just another government conspiracy,
You ain't wrong.
like birds.
Listen, man, if you want me to be a warlord, I got to get some
No.
strength in my body.
We're Dune style warlords. You can be whatever
Okay.
you want.
So I'm like a Harkonnen style, like floating around in the grav rig.
Yeah,
I could dig it.
and I don't have legs.
I think he has legs.
Nope.
Pretty sure the Harkonnens have legs.
Nope.
Might just be real weak.
I just have like sweet hover repulsors.
I don't think there's. Never mind. Moving on. I don't want to talk about Doom. More.
Yeah.
There's a new Dude board game.
Speaking
coming
of
out.
torture, some more. Hannibal. You've seen that show?
No.
The one about Missouri.
No.
Oh. No.
Familiar with Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
Red Dragon.
Oh, is that related to the Red Dragon?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They took the movie The Red Dragon and made it a series, essentially. I made it through the first 2 seasons. The third one really
With
goes off the
Rutger
rails.
Hauer, right?
With who?
No, Mads Mikkelsen. That's what I meant.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
That's
He's-
what not Rutger Hauer.
He's real good as Hannibal Lecter, but it's kind of funny because you know going into the show that Hannibal Lecter is Hannibal the Cannibal. Like, so
Really? I didn't know that. Spoiler alert.
surprise. Sorry to spoil a movie from like the early to late 90s.
How many
Midnight?
seasons until they put him on a hand truck?
I don't know. There's 3.
Oh, they don't because that's
Boo.
Getting him caught too early would be not so interesting.
also where the yes, you're right.
So it's all right. Season 3, it took a huge nosedive, and I haven't finished it yet.
I believe that's the end of the show is when they put him in the handcart.
Got it.
Because I think this show is all about catching him the first time. Because the movie's about using him to suss out another criminal.
Well, they kind of do that same thing in this show. He's a psychiatrist for an FBI psychiatrist, the Will Graham, the guy from the movie. So they keep all the same characters, but they change the plot quite a bit. If you like the Hannibal lore, I don't know, that whole universe with that guy.
That eats people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like that, we probably should do some more research on the people we know.
Yeah, just please tell me if you like it.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Carefully avoid you.
And any dinners you might host.
All right. We played some games and things around here
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yo, Catacombs. We get a copy of it in. It's like a dungeon crawl game where you're like one person controls the monsters and everybody else is an adventurer, except for your little discs, and you have to flick yourself into a monster to kill it. It's like Tiddlywinks,
Yeah, we
with
get
Dungeons and Dragons.
We
It's
about to
real
try
good.
that. Yeah.
It's very good.
Watch out for the video
Highly recommend.
coming in soon.